Okay, we're live. Let me check my audio real quick, guys. I always try to do that. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. All right. Looks like we're all right. Wait for a couple people to get in. Okay, what's happening? It is Sunday night. We usually do our live stream on Sunday night. My name's Dan. It's Neo Mustangs. We talk some Fox Body shit on Sunday nights. A little bit late today. Had a lot of things going on. A lot of things I had to get done this weekend. We raced Friday night, and we didn't get into like mid, like 2 o'clock in the morning. So we had a lot of things going on Saturday, and I'm just trying to catch up today. But figured I'd go live. It's been a struggle. We'll talk about a little bit of struggle, getting my shit off the jack stands, getting things right. But we're here for shop talk, tech talk. Big shout to Handler Motorsports, Tremick, McLeod, Team Z, Stiflers, Anderson Ford Motorsports, just to name a few on the channel. Appreciate you guys for being part of the channel. We had a pretty big event this past weekend we're going to talk about, and we got another one coming up this weekend we're going to talk about. It's been a struggle, just to get some of these videos out. As you see, I've been trying to change some of my time frame on doing some of my videos on like Saturday night. I kind of like the Saturday night thing because it lets me catch up. At least Saturdays let me catch up on the video I might not have got out for Thursday. I'm not forcing anything at that point. So it's definitely been, we raced this past weekend. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle with, getting the videos up, which, it's just the time thing. Had a freak accident happen Monday. We'll talk about, it wasn't car related, but it's just been, it's been one hell of a week. That's for sure. What's up, Handler Motorsports in the house? Good to see you, brother. Jim or Willie, it's good to see you. We will be giving away a Tremick banner. So I do want to say a thank you and a shout to Mike Kidd at Tremick. I had, spoken in, very high regards about getting these banners and how some of my, a lot of the people that follow us on live, they like that shop swag shit. So, he ended up getting us like 13 of them. So we got quite a few of them to, for a while now. Let me check my mic. All right, perfect. So I know I changed the gain and shit on my mic recently. So how was the big race? We'll talk about that here in a minute. I'll show you guys some footage of what actually happened this past weekend as well. Guys, I'm not even going to lie to you. We had been racing this white car for so long, so differently than most people race their cars. And it's like to relearn, I don't know. We'll talk about it. What's up, David Smith? What's up, Tim B? What's going on, Jim Hill? Good evening, Clifton Thomas. Finals, I can get my refresh button to rest. What's up, Carlos? Yeah, I apologize, guys. It's, we're not going to be on too long. We'll be on, 45 minutes to an hour, not a normal live stream. But I figured, instead of just saying, hey, I can't go live tonight, I got shit to do, which I do. I figured I would, get my ass off the jack stands and, get online and talk some Fox Body shit with some of my friends here. But anyways, what's going on with you guys? What's happening? We'll talk about my weekend. Bob Brown, what up, man? MF Customs in the house. Matter of fact, we just sent one of our Holly Terminator X's back to MF Customs recently to have it modified. It's actually been worked out pretty well in our white car. I mean, you don't have to send you don't have to modify your Terminator X to get it to work, but what we've done in the white car with the changes we made with Holly, I mean, it works out pretty well with some of the sensors. It just makes it a little bit easier, but we're going to put the Terminator X in the coupe for probably half a year. Then we'll probably end up going to a Dominator when we decide to do what we do with possibly like an aluminum block or whatever with the Coyote build. But we are going to do a major transplant in the middle of the way I drive my car is a little bit different than everybody else. With the two-step and the big turbos and stuff. I feel like I could get faster if I put everything back in my coupe. So. What's up, Pimp? What's up, Gabe? Good to see you. What's up? What's up? What's up? K&K Garage, good to see you. So let's talk about before we talk about last weekend, let's talk about this weekend. So as you guys know, we actually drove up to Tremec. We got multiple Tremix. You know, we got a couple Tremix. We got one that I gave away last year was actually the one that sponsored with me, but I gave it to Tyler Garlock as the Point Series winner. We ended up replacing one, and we had to pick one up for the Point Series. So the Point Series is an eight race series. If you're new to the channel, you're just now checking out the live stream or whatever. If you're into stick shift racing, there's an eight series race throughout the year. A lot of fast stuff going on. Probably 5 of them are front halves. I think 6 of them are front halves now. It was meant to be like one of the back halves got changed to a front half on a sketchy track, and one of the 8th mile, like the mid track where we raced mid track, you know, that also got changed to a front half because the track didn't have a schedule out, and it was, you know, going through some changes with new owners and shit like that. I don't know, but nonetheless, we'll get it worked out. So it's 6 front halves and 2 back halves, and we do have a rain out. So that's kind of a big deal because, like, you know, you don't really find events that have transmissions where you give them away, and we're giving one away at Ford Takeover. You know, myself and Tremec, and we're giving away one that can be earned on a Point Series. And we got the schedule up on Facebook, and we're going to pin a post to that. So it's going to be pretty fast. It's going to be pretty nice. We got some big hitters coming in from afar this weekend. It's the very first race of the year, Point Series. It's going to be literally, there's a radial prep track. I mean, there's a radial prep race the night before. So, I mean, you know, no prep, they drag the track, but you know, when you get a radial prep and you drag it and then you put, you know, traction compound over top of it, this shit's going to just be fast. So it's going to be a really good weekend. I think you're going to see you know, quite a few 4-second small tires in 8th mile and stuff. It's going to be fun to watch. So I definitely suggest, if you got an opportunity to go to Dragway 42 this weekend, we'll talk about what happened last weekend, but if you get an opportunity to go to Dragway 42 this weekend, like, I mean, if you like racing, it's Saturday night, drivers meetings at 5. I would suggest being there at 4. First round's at 6. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a lot of people. It's the first one to kick off. It's going to be fast for sure. So working on getting my shit up the jack stands, order an alternator and power steering brackets from CVF, and waiting on the new power steering pump. All right, here we go. Was that you? So Canton 7-quart pan, I put 7 quarts of oil in it, and it doesn't show on the dipstick. Well, you got to account for the filter. So I run shorty filters, so they account for about a half or a quarter. Full filters are almost what's the big filters? Are they a full quart? I can't remember. I don't think I've always ran my shit a little bit low, but don't run your shit like I run my shit. Cause I don't, you know, I break it, I fix it. I just took off the supercharger kit and pulled the radiator this afternoon. I'm about to get on my shit on the new engine was ready for pickup next weekend. Nice. So speaking of which, I'm supposed to be meeting up with Lamar. So this week, Lamar, if you're in chat, we need to actually talk on the phone so we can kind of meet up somewhere. We're going to get his motor to him finally. I think we had talked about something like May 11th or something. So maybe we'll move it to May 18th, and Lamar, and because there's a race at Pacemakers. Maybe we'll go mess around with Pacemakers. I'll go mess around down there, and I'll just bring the engine with me, and you know, because that's down in Columbus anyways. Or I could meet you earlier that day, you know, south of Columbus, so you don't have to travel too far, and then you know, I'll come back and race and shit. It'll be a good time. Be there, finally coming to stick race. So you got a stick car, Bob? What you got? Hi, Neo. Will a Tremec T56 from an SVT Cobra 03 work in a 94 Mustang? Sure it will. You got to have the right bell housing. Listen, when you guys are doing a Tremec T56 swap, it's not just the transmission. You got to change the bell. I mean, you got to change the fork. There's a lot of changes. Like, you can keep your flywheel and clutch and whatever, but I mean, there's a drive shaft is shorter. The cross member is different. The shifter bases are different. Like, there's like a reverse lockout. There's a lot of stuff that you have to account for when you're doing a T56 swap. That's why the TKX is actually a really good like swap for you guys trying to get out of the T5 and don't want to go auto, because TKX is strong as shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like we've been making good power on a TKX. I've beat the absolute snot out of my TKX, and you know, they say well, mine whines and blah blah blah. Listen, mine has whined from the day I put it out of the box, and it doesn't whine like obnoxiously. It's just the gear. It's the gear pitch, whatever you want to call it. I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with it. Skylar Hardy put like damn near 1,000. I think he put 1,000 horsepower on his Coyote deleted, his Fox body, and they took that shit apart at the actual shop, and there was nothing wrong with it. It looked mint inside. So, figured I was gonna buy. Hell yeah, man! And if there's any issues, you know who to get a hold of. No problem. In an EFI system, why is the return line smaller than the feed? Because it's not pressurized. Are you bringing that Camaro you got from what's his name? Ah, shit! I thought you got rid of that. I thought you was selling that. Got rid of that. You can just need a correct bell housing. Yeah, you answered that. What did Scott say? Because some of the fuel gets used, and yeah, so you have to do a return line. Bill Cummins in the house. What's up, Bill? It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're feeling pretty good. It's good to see you, man. I don't know who Chuck is. What's Ford Takeover looking like this year? So after May 4th's race this weekend, we're going to start really getting into NMRA and Ford Takeover. Now, with the point series starting, we're going to continue to promote the stick shift point series, which is this weekend. June 15th is the next race. I think there's one in July. I think July 22nd. I think there's 2 in August, 1 in September, and 2 in October. So there's 8 total with a rain out. So we're not going to race at all in July. So I won't even if I'm in the lead for the points, I don't give a shit. It's, we're going to be taking July off so we can get that coupe run done and run, whatever. So you're going to test Friday and possibly race it Saturday. So as far as the Ford Takeover we're supposed to be doing a Ford Takeover stick shift race as well. So we're going to start doing lock-ins for that. But I'm going to be honest with you. There's a couple guys on the list that's probably not going to make it, I would imagine, because of one way, shape, or form. So just, keeping that a 32 car field populated, knowing what I know from this past weekend at the Elite 8 that we created, which was a wonderful event, which I'll talk about next. It just, there's just no way. It's like 32 cars with a loser bracket needs to start in the middle of the day. There's just no way that we're going to give ample time to people to cool down. I'd be running the shit out of people till midnight. And, and one thing I did learn, it's been a struggle for us here because, I put this Elite 8 event and it's only 8 cars and they're all friends of mine. And one thing that was the toughest thing to do this weekend was I was so like just brain dead because I was just tired trying to get the event rolling, trying to make sure I was promoting it correctly. And on top of that, we put that 80 millimeter turbo in this shit. We made some stupid power. You know what I mean? And it was just like, 14 and a half pounds of boost, 16 degrees, 11.3 AFR. And we're coming in at 800 wheel. I'm like, damn, I mean, we could probably push that to 950. I would just say, I would think 9's pretty easy to say I could get in that car. But why? It's just like, my laptop started to die. So that really was the reason why we didn't start putting some pressure on the dome. But I would have to say that we're probably in the 850, 900, 950 range when we start turning it up. And, we kind of did at the Elite 8 this past weekend, and the car was just absolutely, it either didn't leave or it wanted to try to kill me, which was awesome. So, and we'll talk about that next. We'll get in here. Yeah, so just for you guys, keep my man Bill Cummins in your prayers, please. Bill's going through a pretty tough part of his life with cancer, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's a good friend of the channel, and he's a personal friend of the family, and he's a wonderful man. You know what I'm saying? So keep please keep him in mind. Bama, how we doing, brother? Mustang guy 6501. What's up? What's up? Mark Turner in the house. Stick shift shit with stick shift friend. Had a great day. TNT track, new PB. That's what I'm talking about. 31. Is that 3125 with or without you? 985 at 136. Is that all motor? Or you got a little sauce in it. How's your car stack up against to a boosted Yodi? It's just two completely different cars. It's not about, listen, you could go out and make 1,000, 12, 1,500 horsepower. It's fine. It's all about getting the shit to the ground. Like, I would rather spend my life around 700, 800, 900 wheel and have the car leave and focus on suspension. Like, it's gotten to the point now to where I've already ordered another set of struts and shocks. And I've already started making plans with some of the ceramic bearing, polishing, whatever the hell in the front. I want to get the car to leave. I want to get the car to stay where it's doing now, maybe limit the travel a little bit on some good front halves and or some prep, whatever. And that's kind of where we're at with our program with this car. But that's going to be kind of temporary because towards the end of June, as soon as we get back from Ford Takeover, we're doing a refresh on the motor. We're changing some cam lifter stuff, changing some cylinder head stuff, and then we're going to come back out in a different car with it that's like 600, 500 pounds lighter. So it's going to be a wonderful change. I will get a hold of you sometime this week. I had a good friend of mine die last year, and wife has a T-top Mustang. Pretty much immaculate, mild modifications. Older guy, went to car shows. Nice. I'd like to see that for sure. Appreciate that, guys. I'm sure he's not, I'm sure he's seeing this right now. I think he watches me on his TV, so. Hi, Lisa. All motor went 985. Let's go, bro. I think my boy Hanlon went. What'd you say you went? You went a best. You were in the 20s, weren't you? In the 8th mile or some shit like that? Or maybe I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's a 9-second pass, bro. Good shit. New rear double adjustable shocks work great. Yeah. We got ours set to like the car transfers a lot. So we got ours set to like 12 compression, 8 rebound extension, whatever you want to call it, 7 rebound extension. But the more power I put into it, the more I'm going to have to slow it down and add more, compression to it. But yes. So this past weekend we did an Elite 8. So about a month and a half ago, really quick, I want to make a special shout to Dragway 42 for being wonderful. And Marianne, I'm pretty sure she's one of the part owner with Ron. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was very easy to talk to and get everything set up to where everything went off with what we decided to do on a Friday night is I decided to get a hold of some of the guys because we used to do what's called a 3-pedal throwdown in Michigan. So with me doing the stuff with no prep and coordinating the stuff with Ford Takeover, I felt like, listen, let's try something a little bit different. Instead of going 8th mile and shit, we decided to set some stuff up for quarter mile. And I'm not really a quarter mile guy, but some of my other friends that hit, that are, fast as fuck, whatever you want to call it, they kind of are. And, so this past weekend, we set up an event on a Friday night to where it was, we paid a little extra for prep and we did it on a test and tune night. So we weren't double backed on any other program and they treated us just like that. They were wonderful. We were the main event. They let us go first. They would prep the track a little bit. So good that, a lot of us were just, bogging going off the line and when it was sticking pretty good. But, yeah, we had 8 cars there. 7. One had a little bit of an issue the day of, and unfortunately, unavoidable. When something happens, we tried to fill the spot for the 8th spot, but it didn't. It was just too late or whatever. But next time's going to be bigger, better. I mean, like I said, it was a time run, or it was a trial run of that nature to try to do something a little bit different. But yeah, I did make a little short that I put on Facebook. Blue is left, green is right, obviously. So this is just like a little, like a 1-minute thing that I did. This is kind of real quick. Blue is left, green is right, obviously. Y'all like that fender exit? Oh, y'all like that fender exit. Come on. Be honest with you, I'm not a big fender exit person, but I guess it was high tide with this bigger turbo to just go ahead and stick that thing out the exhaust. I don't know. I'm not a big poppy bang bang two-step type of guy, but we got some things we're bringing to the channel that I'm just gonna have to relearn two-step with this car.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out. Yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good.
I want to say that like some of these guys that showed up to this race, like let me backtrack. You had Brian Crane right there in the right with his 7-second Cobra. You had Skylar Hardy showed up from the west, in deleted. You had Tyler Garlock from Michigan. He's a mid-low 8-second car. Jeff McCool's always strong in the Coyote Nitrous car, and he's done some stuff to that car that made it even faster. Corey's he's knocking on 7 seconds, 790. He's going out the back door 170, 180 miles an hour. And then there's me with my shit. Mike Niehaus was at the beginning. He's a twin turbo 331. So yeah, I'll start it over. I'm sorry. Blue is left, green is right, obviously. So we were able to do this whole event plus 8.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out. Yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt. Yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I can't lose to the thought of when I'm going wrong. I won't stop. I'ma stay last to the kill. Never winning now. Never heading down. I can spit now. Probably running out.
Yeah, that's Thunderbird. He goes 180. So we didn't get a chance to get to the finals.
Stick shift.
So we didn't get a chance to get to the finals because the rain started coming in at about the 10:20. So my man Mike Niehaus, who's been 18s with his twin turbo 331, and my man Corey, who's knocking on 790s or 490s. Actually, I think he runs a lot more quarter round than 8 now.
Very good. You guys know what to do with that. $1,100. So.
Hell yeah. Put it up.
$800, dude.
And not bad. Just a trial run, man.
Good run. Thank you for putting us on.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. We'll do another one soon.
That's Niehaus there with Corey.
Please say anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I think you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase it, face it? I don't give up.
That's Jerry Barrick right there from Bunker Hill. So I want to say special thanks to my man Handler Motorsports right here and Jerry Barrick from Bunker Hill Fabrications. They kicked $200 a piece in on the pot, so that was one.
I don't give up shit. I won't give up.
Skyler on his way back.
Because I know that I want it. Know that.
All right. So I also want to say a special shout to Miguel Rivera and Sandy and cousin Paul with PS Photography. Those guys were on point doing a whole bunch of footage for all of us, and I shared as much as I could. And I know Street to Strip was there, so I think Matt was there. So we got other stuff we're going to show. But anyways, it was a really good event. I really like putting shit on like that, but I can tell you it's been a struggle because I was trying to tune my car. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a goose egg. I was a duck that day. I didn't do anything. I mean, I had one decently half-ass pass where I went to the wall here, went to the middle here. Car had just so much power into it. But we did end up pulling our parachute for the very first time, testing it because I haven't pulled a chute yet. And it was kind of lackluster. I had expected the thing to kind of pick me up and throw me over the wall. I didn't even know it was there. Next thing you know, my car's like stopping without the brakes. So it was actually really cool. I got a chance to pop the chute and it stopped actually really good. And that's actually a let me bring it back. That's actually a MAF Racing chute launcher. So you guys that are getting into the parachute game, if you see the back of my white car here, that's an actual chute launcher. So that actually takes the parachute and shoots it into the air instead of actually waiting for it to kind of pick up and pull. So it's a really nice design. I don't know how if it interferes with some of the wings that we have, because we are planning on putting a Team Z wing on it eventually, but like a strutless one. So, but I did want to show that. That's MAF Racing's parachute launcher, and it's I highly suggest that thing if you're getting into to racing. So anyway, that's what happened. We created an event. We all threw $100 on the table. We had a couple sponsors, McLeod, big shout to McLeod. They gave us a $500 certificate. I think Mike Niehaus ended up taking the $300 and the $500 certificate. And I think Corey ended up taking $800 cash. So well-deserved. These guys don't get out too much on money events like we do with No Prep. These guys, that's why I kind of created it. We used to do this shit in Michigan, and these guys, all these cars are, high 7, mid 8, high 8 type, range cars. And it's just, that's why I called it the Elite 8. Cause we were going to run an 850 index because none of us are sorted past 850 to begin with. I think 850 is kind of the ceiling for me when it comes to stick shift racing. Cause if an 850 car, no prep, or even a lot of 8th mile stuff, if you get the thing to leave good, that's a deadly car that could win a lot of money. So, that's a whole nother level to be putting a funny car cage in or whatever, outlaw or whatever. I don't even know. So what's up, Corey? Corey Banks in the house. That's the guy with the Thunderbird who was just talking about that. That T-Bird was clean. Let me tell you what, that T-Bird is powerful. Like that's the one I was showing you guys the shorts. We did a dyno pull. He didn't even that wasn't even 1,000 horsepower or whatever. So what's up, Fox 408? What's up, Second Shift Racing in the house? Go check him out. That's my man Garrett Leach down there in the south. Got one of the best tamers on the market. Had about a dozen pro stick racers at the track today and pitted together. Awesome day hanging out with some racing family. Nice. So we're going to do, before I talk about this weekend again with the May 4th, we're going to do another Elite 8. And I'm just going to cross the 8 out, and I'm going to put like 16 real, like in a, like a scribble. And I want to do Elite 16, and I'm going to do a 200 buy-in. And I'm going to find some money to put on the pot. It's going to be a $4,000 race. And it's going to be 16 and there's going to be a loser. We're going to run a second chance, aka loser bracket. And I'm going to get another certificate from McLeod or Tremec or even Handler Motorsports or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's going to be a $4,000 money race. So we're going to do that was just a trial run. Had a really, really good time with it. I know I got 10 cars right now. And I can find 6 other stick shift cars, 850 certed and higher. Yeah, we'll have a good time. Yeah, we're definitely going to run that shit back for sure. So, we had, I think my man, Corey, what does Niehaus run? I know you run a 56 XL, with G-Force gears, but I think Niehaus runs a G101A. Does he run a G-Force trans, or is he also I think he might be a G1. I think he's a G-Force trans. So Vance, yeah, we can get you in, brother. We're going to do 16 cars, 200 buy-in, 3,200. I'll find 800 in sponsor money. We'll make it a $4,000 even event. And then we'll decide on what we're going to do with the money. It's going to pay back a little bit, but I'd like to see maybe the winner get, a majority of it, 2,500, $3,000, something like that. We'll see what happens. What's up, McBride Racing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you get car going down the track for sure. $16 cars, a couple 363 per style. So if we did another Elite 16, which is going to be the next one, it's not going to be until later in the year. But we're definitely, Dragway 42 told me that whenever we want to do it, I'll put it together. We'll make some thumbnails, make it all pretty and shit. But, I'm pretty sure we'll have our 8 that we had this weekend. I know there was 2 on standby, plus a couple other were seriously interested. So I think we do a $2,200 lock-in. We let everybody, know a date well in advance. If you lock in, your money's gone. I'm not going to be refunding shit like a week before, but at least the money's there if people don't show. Versus this other time, I had thought it had a solid 8 with a couple people to back up. But, the one guy that I had a solid backup ended up lifting a head not lifting a head, but ended up changing his program right before, and then the other one lifted a head. So it was kind of unfortunate. Heads up, 8th mile, no index. Come on, man. So we go on quarter mile, Corey. We go quarter mile, 850 again. Come on. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I do like the 8th. I know you want to wick it up. But that's what you do at Small Tire Wars. I mean, I'm not wrong. What did you run? You said you run 158, 920? Almost came out Friday, but couldn't make it. Had the testing sessions at trials. Just trails. You should have came out. The 42 did an absolute wonderful job with the track. I mean, Corey, tell him. I mean, that track it came around quick, and Ron spent some good time dragging it and spraying it for us at the track, for our shootout. And the tower guy did a wonderful job announcing us, because he even announced our cars, what transmission we had, and some of the sponsors that some of us had. So it was really cool. He did a good job with it. Stick shift's all about going A to B, especially in quarter mile, because we got this shit waked up to go 850s. It's tough, man. It goes to show you, like my friend Jeremy Howell, who does the stick shift, in that his car is just so fast, and it's just that car's on another planet. It's just that fast. But it just goes to show you how hard it is just to get to 890s and 850s. And there's a lot of things that can go wrong, even in the 9-second range with a stick shift car. And I'm not saying that autos are easier. I'm not saying that at all. It's just, it's a tough class to race in. A lot of shit can break, and just differently. It's crazy. So yeah, let me catch up here. I'm a duck on Saturday. No, you're not. Send it anyway. Making me regret selling that T56. You should have never sold it. I mean, there's something to be said. Stick shift racing is different than automatic racing. I mean, I'm not saying it's easier or harder or whatever, but it's definitely a different brand. It's a different breed. It's not easy. With the clutch adjustments, Tyler Garlock, I would have to say, probably has his car dialed in like the best I've ever seen. He's got shit switches everywhere. And I'm just saying, just stuff that just like, yeah, I got this doing that and that doing this. And I'm like, there's no wonder why that car's so damn fast and so damn accurate. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. He's a good friend of mine, and he works hard on this program for sure. Oh, I'm sending it anyway, but the True Street will be low 5-second field. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe. I can be honest with you though. There's Dragway 42 is going to be very, very tight on Saturday. Couple small tire cars out there. I know we're running 4s. You talk about Friday night? Yeah. That track, they did a wonderful job keeping that track. So big shout out to Ron and Marianne over there at Dragway 42. I look forward to doing some more racing with them. Do you run an adjustable clutch or a diaphragm? I run an RXT diaphragm. We got the flare figured out. Well, I'm still kind of learning what Tyler's doing with his flare on his clutch, but he's got that car. I mean, that car makes well over 4 digits, and he's got the he's got the clutch kind of figured out. And he's had that McLeod RXT twin in there for a year now. So yeah, he's representing McLeod very well. The shit, if you guys understand how the ceramic diaphragm clutches work and understand how it flares, you can make 1,000. It will hold 1,200. And it may not be an adjustable clutch. Now, don't get me wrong, adjustable clutches are a whole nother level. But if you're just looking to kind of get into the stick shift game, and hell, if you only make 800 or 900 like I do, I don't say only, but if you make, even if you make 600 or 500, a twin disc RXT McLeod, it's a good clutch to get you into the program. I know where I'm headed with my clutch program. I know we're going to probably be starting on soft lock soon, or start getting into some of the adjustable stuff, but we're not quite there yet. You know what I mean? We got the scoop behind us building for a reason. So that'd be wonderful. I had the trans bell pedals. All I was missing was a clutch, but it couldn't pull the trigger. You should have tried it. We're going to convince how to run Saturday. We got to. Why would Joe not run Saturday? It's a great event. That car's going to be, that car should be fast on this property. Our next 2 races. So you guys that are wondering what the hell I'm talking about with the point series, I talked about it earlier. Tremec is we are sponsoring a 8-race no prep stick shift only, where you could win a Tremec transmission. So Tremec sponsored us to do this. You get 1 point for buy-in. Doesn't matter what car it is. Well, obviously it's got to be a stick shift to meet the rules, but like some people are coming to the race on Saturday to run their car that's not exactly done yet, just so they can get the point for buying. They don't care about donating to the pot. It's for a good cause anyways. And that's pretty awesome to be able to bring stuff like that. But I got these races scheduled out pretty well to where, at least in the stick shift, what we got going on with the no prep, it'll give people time if they break some shit at the track, and it's only 8th mile, that they can get the shit fixed or whatever. What's up, Murphy's Law? Good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, that's we had some really good shit going on this past weekend with that Elite 8. I look forward to doing some more of that. Let me so we started messing with our 2-step, and we were actually messing with the button. Like, I actually bought the damn Strange or the Racecraft quick disconnect and the Strange steering wheel with the 2 buttons. But I'm going to be honest with you, got a little buyer's remorse going on. I shouldn't be leaving off a damn button. So my car doesn't use neutral safety anyway. So I still have the actual switch. And I don't know if you guys know this on your Fox body, and I want to kind of wrap this into like your stock Fox body quadrant, your stock Fox body sensor. There's an actual sensor on the side of on a stick shift Mustang. There's an actual sensor on the side of your car that actually, when you push the clutch in, it depresses. And there's actually a little connector that rides up and down on a adjustment. Okay. And the stock quadrant has 2 things. It's self-adjusting. So when it starts to wear out or the cable wears out, it's supposed to keep the cables tight or whatever. But long story short, I don't utilize that in any of my program with the neutral safety. And I should, but I don't. I have an input running to, it's a ground input running to a button, which I was going to hold on the steering wheel or on the shifter. But that's too much shit to be doing with my hands. So what I'm going to end up doing is hooking the 2-step up. That was the very first time of me messing with my 2-step. So we need to bring some of the RPM down. And I just learned this past weekend with Tyler. So I thank Tyler Garlock once again for helping me with my program. He helped me build an advanced table that allowed me to take timing out of a certain RPM when certain contingencies are happening. Like when I'm on when I'm at full throttle and we're at this RPM, pull this much timing. And it's never an RPM that I'm ever full throttle at anyway. So I'm learning, and I'm bringing that shit to the channel, everything that I've learned. And that's where I go back and I double back to the, it's been a damn struggle, because like to run that Elite 8 and to be successful with what we did this past weekend as a promoter and trying to put these races together for my friends and just the stick shift community anyways, it's hard to race in it and then like promote it or just like run it at the track. It's not very easy. But the nice thing about the guys that I raced with this past weekend is we've all raced together multiple times. So we all kind of already knew the rules and we already knew what to do. And yeah, it's definitely heartbreaking to see. Like Tyler had his car running really well, and his car moved like literally like an inch in it red lit. And one of the questions in the tower, they asked me and say, listen, do you want deep stage allowed? And I'm just like, no, I don't think anybody would care to have any of that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of bad for Tyler because he ran a good race that race too. Let me catch up here. Your little 363, one of the best exhaust notes on A2 I've heard. Appreciate that. So that's an actual like aftermarket like turbo kit that was built by Big Dog Fab in Stowe, Ohio. I don't know if Ken actually builds anymore, but it's a TIG welded custom stainless kit. It's a really, really nice kit. And so I accredit a lot of the sound to that, the way that the kit is designed. It's designed very well. So all the headers are tuned in equal length. And it sounds, a lot of that comes from that. So, yeah, so that's what I should have no-brain to begin with. Like I can, if I'm not using the clutch sensor, and you can use it even if it's active, but I can physically adjust where my clutch, as soon as the button, grounds, right? As soon as you push it in, it's going to depress the button. So at that point, I'll just show you. I'm just showing you guys this real quick and just this is a set of pedals we rebuilt for the coupe. Cousin Paul rebuilds these all the time, and this is the one he rebuilt for the coupe. But I'll just show you. As you push the pedal in, as you can see, it's depressed right now. Right here. On the when you see I push it in, so now the two-step would be active because it's down, but there's an adjustment here on the actual plastic armature that it would be two-step on, and where would it break the contact? You see what I mean? So that way I'm not the one problem that I'm going to have is I like to bring my clutch out a little bit, flare it up, whatever. So I'd have to figure out where the two-step disengages. That way I'm not really on it. And with the advanced table that Tyler just showed me, that two-step would be off anywhere above like 4,200 RPM, which we shift, it goes to 552 so that we wouldn't see that again, whatever. So, somebody said something. We are using an advanced on 363 for the clutch neutral, with the two-step, still sorting it out. So that's where we're kind of at with the program. But one of the biggest problems that we're going to have is I need to learn more. Like this, we know the 80 millimeter. I like this turbo. The thing's going to light off and it's going to be a bad piece. So we're going to switch back to the 76 and build a fender exit this week. We're going to go back into our 7675, which is a really nasty little 8th mile turbo. And then we're going to clean things up real quick, do a nut bolt check, change some oil or whatever. And then we're going to come back to the 80 after this weekend. That way we can go out and test, because we're not going to probably race until Norwalk, which NMRA, the next race after that would be a quarter mile anyway. So we could spend 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks trying to get the 80 millimeter to leave on the two-step. So, we'll dial it in, and I'm going to bring all that shit to the channel. We're going to dial it in on the street, and we're going to dial it in on the track, and we're going to figure it all out. Just make sure when using the clutch pedal, it only activates at launch, not every time the pedal is pressed. See it happen a lot. Yeah, the advanced table. Matter of fact, I'll bring it up real quick. Let me minimize a bunch of these things. Okay, so the advanced ICF table, the 2D table. Right now we have it set to switched enable RPM. This table will active when RPM is above 3,900 or 4,100, and the TPS is like 90%, the XY or whatever. So the TPS would have to be full throttle, and it would have to be, it's only active when it's above 3,900, but it deactivates at 4,100. Does that make sense? So I'm messing with that right now, the RPM range. So it'd only be like 200 RPM, plus the TPS would have to be 100%. So we would be foot to the floor, 3,900, 4,000, whatever it is, and anything above that, it's deactivated. So it's an XY. It's a 2D table. I don't know if you know that, if that's what you were talking about. 7876 BMF is a bad bitch, and yeah. Well, we got a 7675 ball bearing, so it's a, we're gonna try to maybe set up a two-step on that as well. We haven't used two-step like for years. So I might put a little small 2-step on that and try to figure it out, and then kind of lean us, because I know that thing's going to leave anyways. Like the 7675, like the 80, you got to light that thing off. Like it's not going to leave like a 7675 does. Like, because I mean, it's a small turbo, it spools quick. But you know, the 80s, the 87 is quite a bit bigger. You know, it's a big step, and I mean, I'd say a big step, but it's a nice step up, especially in the housing and the wheel. So it's going to need to spool up a little bit, but once it lights off, man, that thing is nasty, and that's where we got to be. Yeah, I need to use a drive shaft input speed to make. Yeah, I agree. You got a lot to learn. Brother. What's going on, Mustang guy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So, you know, if you guys got any tech questions, you know, if you're sitting in chat and want to ask a question, you know, I can help you out. You know, we can talk some Fox body shit too on top of racing stuff. I know not everybody's into the racing scene. Like, you know, we do a lot of budget stuff, and we do a lot of things on the channel, you know, with the junkyard shit and you know, the budget mods. There's a reason why Dad's car is around. There's a reason why we stepped down from with the black, you know, Fox body with the hatch. Because the black GT's, you know, just a 387 naturally aspirated car. Now we got some things we're changing on that, which are going to be going back and forth between, you know, keeping the white car racing and keeping the black car with the muffler videos. And we got a camshaft, which I showed you guys not too long ago. We got a camshaft from Anderson. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see that damn thing even work. I mean, it's a big camshaft for the piston, the valve that we got going on. Our clutch switch is set to do on the launch rev. Nice. So, but anyways, we had the Elite 8 this past Friday. This, like I said, this Saturday, May 4th, we're going to be doing a no prep in Dragway 42, same spot we just were at. Like I said, the driver meeting's at 5. If you're interested in getting into small tire, big tire, hard tire, stick shift, whatever, you check the flyers out. But I would suggest being there at 4. It's got plenty of room. Even if you're not racing, come check it out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of people there. It's the first race of the season for the no prep season, and it's going to be the first points race. Like I said, I got some really good people coming up from the south, in the west, and in the north, and it's going to be just a hell of a. I'd be surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I would be disappointed if there was less than 25 stick shift cars there. And we are giving away a set of slicks. Shit, I forgot about that. So Mickey Thompson gave us 2 red cards, and basically red cards are free set of whatever. Any pair of tires, and usually at a race event, somebody's going to spend it on slicks, right? So the winner of stick shift this weekend not only wins the pot of money and the points towards the Tremec T56 sitting right here, but they also win a free set of tires, pair of tires. I keep saying set because set is 4. So I'm giving away a card to the stick shift winner this weekend. He gets a card for a new pair of tires. So that's pretty awesome. So big thanks to, you know, Mickey Thompson for giving us 2 of them. We're going to be giving a second one out in August 3rd, which is like the 5th or 6th race. So big thanks to Mickey Thompson. I also have something in the works right now with Liberty Gears to be paying back some money to the loser of the finals. We haven't kind of done that yet. I'm going to try to get more information on it this week. So maybe I might be coming in hot Saturday, knowing that, having some money in my pocket for the loser of the finals, which is pretty cool. I got a 5.0 block out of an 87 Thunderbird. I got an 89 GT top end on it. Question, I don't know. I have a roller cam, and are the TFI modules the same across? Yeah, for the Thunderbird, I'm pretty sure the 5.0s were pretty much the same. Like it should say HO right on the plaque, and you kind of already know. Joe wants seat time, faceplate, new turbo, new clutch. That's what better seat time than come out in no prep for sure. Come out and support the class. Even if you get put out first round, you can go down you can time trial or time, whatever that is. But I wouldn't worry about that West build. You'd be all right. I'm pretty sure the Thunderbirds were all HOs as well. I'm pretty confident on that. I got a question, bro. When you get a chance to answer, my setup is an on-3 Fox body. Is 5W30 oil good to run? No. Like, I wouldn't run that thin. Okay, so you can run whatever oil you want. You run whatever's confident, whatever you got confident with. regardless, my experiences with turbochargers is your oil is going to go through the turbo and it's already stupid hot. So what's that going to do to your oil? Here's an alternative. I've ran on all my On3 stuff, stock bottom end, stock block shit, even 351 stuff, cheap T6 Rotella. The T6 Rotella's got like some detergents and shit in it that are good for extreme heat. It's the blue container. It's like $20 a gallon. Definitely worth, I would put that, 1540 in your motor all day, because by the time that motor starts, that goes through the turbo, it's like it's heating heating the oil. Now you can do an oil cooler or whatever else you want, but I never really ran into that shit. So I just ran the cheap Rotella T6. It always done really well for us. We changed the oil every 1,000 miles, or we did some tracking with it. Dude, that's what I would run. 100%. Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you need any more help, I would 100% run 1540 Rotella T6. I don't even think it's 1540. I think, isn't it 540? 1040? It might be 15. Let me look. Let me put that shit on the T6 Rotella Extreme. Yeah, you can get a whole 3 gallons of that for like 56. But yeah, it's 540. Yeah. It's good oil. That's what I would use, 100%. Black Magic is good stuff, but has issues. Getting in touch with Kale and hit or miss. Schaefer's oil in everything over here. 1 oil change a year in race cars, and nice. I've never even heard of that, to be honest with you. Nick Antes, any pro tips for 4.5-inch backspacing rims for a set of fenders keep wanting to eat the tire? Yeah, that's a really, really, really big, like short backspace for a 10-inch tire. Like, this is, put it this way, I got 10.5s on my black GT with the 387, and its backspacing is like 627, and we still 6.27, which is kind of an odd number, but whatever, 6.25. We still run spacers. So having more backspacing and being able to play with spacers, Nick, is probably more what you want to roll with. You don't want backspacing sticking the tire out. You want to stick the tire in and then use, like I use axle studs, 3-inch axle studs, ARP ones, because I don't like the Moroso ones. I've bent them all to hell. I don't know how many times, but those 1/2-inch ARP 3-inch axle studs allow me to play with spacers. So the more the backspacing, the better, because I can tuck the tire in and use a spacer to bring it back out, put it where I want it. And then having the 3-inch axle studs allows you to do that. Don't be fearing on that stuff. It'd be all right. What's up with the manifolds at the back? These two? Why? What's the compression on the 363? 11.5 to 1. Yeah, I run all pen grade stuff. So, like, as far as oil is concerned, we run shit with zinc in it. I run E85 in my oil. So, this stuff's about 120 a case. I mean, we also bought fuel. So this is what I run. And I don't run Rotella in the white car, but anything with E85, this is what I run. Like the T6 was good for like pump gas and then a little bit of like, gas, like 110 octane. I used to mix the shit all the time. It was wonderful. Like I used to mix the shit out of like gas in like race gas. Like we used to be able to get race gas for like $8.50 a gallon, which wasn't too bad. And I would just 50-50 it. I would just go to the pump, get 93. I put 4 and 4 in my car, and it would never detonate. But again, we're dealers. It's badass stuff, dude. We'll check it out. Kale is a super cool dude, but you can tell he's always busy. I think he races as well, but I think he races like a formula car or something. I don't know, some rail car or something, if I'm not mistaken. That's not the first time I've heard that right there, Vance. He's just hard to get a hold of. Yeah, I know. I don't mind the T6. But I just run that Brad pen. I put so much E85 in my damn fuel or my oil anymore. It's ridiculous. I was compensating for C4 trans and 410 rear gears. I just don't want to buy another set of wheels. No, I get it, man. 4.5-inch back spacing though. That's gonna bring the wheel out quite a bit. Was that 50 weight oil? No, mine. No, 1540. That's what I run. It's got a lot of zinc and phosphorus in it or whatever. Just a good oil. It used to be called Brad Penn. So, are you planning to lean on the car more later? 100%. If we get this 80 millimeter to start lighting off at the light, boy, I'm gonna lean the shit out of that car. I mean, our goal is go 850s, 550s and 850s with it. That's our goal. This is what we run too. But I just picked this up. This shit's pretty badass. Let me go ahead and show you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna put that down. Yeah, we got some McKnight Red. Pretty good stuff. So this is apparently, like it said right here, like minimum octane rating of like 114. Like pump E85 is like I don't know, somebody correct me, isn't it like 105, 104, something stupid like that? Shelby County in the house. What up, brother? He's been a member for 27 months. Yeah, if you guys want to check out that membership, we do quite, those guys do get different, we talk a lot of shit in members chat all the time. I always show them what we're doing, and those guys help me decide stuff on the channel. So I appreciate you, Shelby. You see, we got in the back in the Fox game, 100%. Real Teal is no joke, bro. That car's creeping in on sevens again, ain't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Pump E85 is like 104, 105. That's like the rating if there was a rating. So there's a reason. Listen, there's a reason to go. Like if you're racing your car or you're planning on like building, listen, you'll spend so much money like on racing fuel. Like this Ignite Red was like, I don't know. It was like $5.60, but it was delivered to me. And so it's 55. It's like $10 a gallon. So the nice thing about Ignite Red is you could add a little more boost to it or whatever. It's a good E85 ethanol. The pump gas stuff we've always been super successful with. Even the pump E80, just whatever. But there's just shit petroleum in it. But it's only $3 a gallon. If you plan on driving your car a lot around town, if you plan on doing a little bit of street strip, if you even plan on racing a lot, you'll spend more money with a regular fuel system on C16 and all the race fuel that's like 10, 12, 15 bucks a gallon or so than you would on pump gas E85. And the pump gas E85 has like 105 octane, 104 octane, and it's oxygenated. It burns cold. It's got its downsides, 100% got its downsides with the corrosion and then gummsing up your fuel injectors and you have to clean the shit. But I mean, for what the cost difference, the longer you run E85 pump gas, the more it's going to outweigh buying all race fuel all the time. See what I mean? That's why a lot of people use it. You can just go right up to the pump and it's basically pumping freaking race gas into your car. I watched Turbo John's channel. He's from North Carolina. Hell yeah, man. His shit is fast, boy. I've been watching Turbo John for a number of years. He's a good guy. Just about ready to get my shit out to jack stands. Been missing the live streams lately. Man, that's all right, man. You're here now. That's good, Dave. I'm always motivating you guys to get your shit off getting your shit off the jack stands. What clutch is in the white car? RXT Twin McLeod HD 6923-07 HD. What heads are you running on the white car? We currently have ported. They're not ported, but they've been worked a little bit. AFR 205s, but we plan on changing over to a Trick Flow high port very, very soon. So I had talked to Trick Flow and the good people over there, Corey and Harold, for a number of years about putting a 240 or something on the 363. So like I said, there's some changes coming up in June. We're going to spend all of July making it happen, and then we're going to come out with a different program in August. It's going to be pretty fire. How are you cleaning E85 fuel system? So my pumps are MagnaFuel 750. So Robbie over at MagnaFuel really good about. I always have a pump on the shelf. Speaking of which, we're about to change the White Cars pump this month. Whatever, it's due to go get checked. But Robbie does a really good job. They go through the whole pump and clean it. I always clean out the filters when that happens. As far as like the lines are concerned, it's PTFE, so I'm not super worried about it. But when I change pump and I change filters and or clean them, I sonic tank them. We also take our injectors and clean them as well. So I probably do that twice a year, depending on, like, my black car, I'll get it at the beginning of the year. My white car, I'll get it at the beginning of the year. And we probably don't really mess with it. We don't really worry about it too much. Depends on how much we race and how much we drive, but cleaning the injectors and cleaning the fuel pump, definitely important. But what oil filter you run? The Micron. We run the Micron oil filter. It's kind of a cheaper filter. It's like $10, $12 or something, but I think it filters like 0.03 or something, or 0.035. I think that's what we weren't trying to get too fine, too restrictive with the oil. We just wanted to get the big shit out of it. So been pretty successful with it. So anyway, so we have about 60 people. We're going to give away a banner. So like I said, big thanks to Tremic. They actually gave us a bunch of banners to give away. They always enjoy giving back to the community. They sponsored us on the channel. They sponsored us for our points race. You know what I mean? They sponsored us for the Ford takeover. So we'll be giving away a couple of transmissions this year once again. And like I said, we were doing this. We did the Elite 8 as kind of a trial run for maybe something else in the future. Try to change it up a little bit with stick shift. So, hail to the yeah. I just seen the Wicks. Oh, speaking of which, Jim Hill, didn't you win a Tremic banner last week? I didn't get an email from you, so I couldn't send it out. If you're still here in chat. I just seen the Wicks 15335 is an 8 filter. I'm just going to make it nice on the, so the short one is the Micron's the one we run. It's not the best filter in the world, but you guys seen you've seen what my 408 looked like when I took it apart. I ran that filter the whole time. With that Brad Penn oil. It's badass. It worked. Never had a problem. But this is definitely not a restrictive filter. But this is what we run. I don't want to dump it, but it's a Micron MGL 51311. And this is kind of a shorty filter, so it fits nice around the manifolds. Never had a problem. But I change my oil probably 3 times a year. Like my white car's getting its oil changed now. It's going to get its oil changed again in August. Probably finish the year with it unless there's a catastrophic failure. But so went camping this weekend. I'm jealous. I want to go camping. Anyways, you doing NMRA Bowling Green? 100%. Hopefully by then we have a heads up stick shift thing going on. So, all right, here we go. About an hour in. A little bit of shop swag for you. We're gonna do another Tremic one. I got other ones coming, like Stiflers. I'm still waiting on Stiflers and Hamlin's. And I tried to get McCall to send me some, but I think they're still actually ordered or whatever. But hashtag Tremic for the shop swag. Jim Hilt, if you're still in channel, like I had mentioned, give me a let me know you're still there, and email me. If you win the banner and you don't email me, then can't send it. So I try to spin the wheel there and try to catch the best person I can and chat with the win. But just if you don't win one now, like I said, I got like 13 of them coming. So big thanks to Mike Kidd and Tremic Transmission for doing what they do for us here on the channel, along with what they do for us here in live stream too. So big shout out to them, and thank you once again for hooking some of my community up. Stick shift shit with stick shift friends, guys. I mean, somebody's got to do it, man. There's so much. You see so much. You know, you see so much about, you know, small tire and hard tire and big. I mean, you don't see anybody promote big tire, which I don't understand. But it's like every no prep I go to, there's like, dude, there was $1,000 on the pot at Kings of Columbus for big tire, and there wasn't one damn tire. There wasn't one big. There could have been one big tire show up and won the money, won $1,000. Ain't that some shit? I'm like, man, take that $1,000 and put it on stick shift, bro. But which I was my program's been struggling already. I mean, we did well in Florida, but we forgot to turn the CO2 on in freaking Kings of Columbus like an idiot. So what happens, man. And then I'm trying to learn these advanced tables with Hollies and shit. We're going to get our program right. I promise you that. We ain't going to be the fastest stick shift car. We ain't trying to be the fastest stick shift car. But we definitely ain't going to be no duck. That's all that matters. All right, it's getting pretty late, so we'll get this banner out, talk a little shit, and then we'll be done. I appreciate you guys once again following us again today. Let me spin through this shit. Well, it's not that very many people, so. Vance Cooper, you won it. Good job. There was only about 20 people there, so. All right, Vance. Email me with your. I'm always trying to do some cool shit like this on the channel. You know what I mean? Always. And we'll have more. Like I said, I try to do that like every live stream. At some point, there's going to be like 5 people in. I mean, I think that's kind of a cool way to give back. I mean, we're going to have stuff to give away. Like, I think I have a set of torque box reinforcements I'm going to let go eventually. And I could get some stuff from some of my other sponsors is what I'm going to try end up doing. But, you know, shop swag's always cool, man. You know what I mean? Hanging the shit up, especially if you got a stick shift car with Trimac or Stiflers. I think I have a Stiflers banner here. I think Gabe, you want me to send that, right? But, yeah, so just email me, Vance. Pretty easy. And Jim Hilt, if you're listening, I still have your banner to send you. Send me an email as well. So, yeah, congratulations, dude. You'll get it, brother. I like that fender exit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to see?
Got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I've got...
Green right here, baby. Obviously. Woo! I have fun with that. What's up with those voodoo blocks? What voodoo blocks are you talking about? Who wants to know? Why do I want to use high port instead of AFR? They're just, I think we can make better power with them. AFR is not a bad head. I've used them. We have them right now on both of our cars. The 408 had them, and the 363. I've done wonderful things with AFR, but I think trick flow is the next wave for us. So, if you guys got any more questions, want to talk a little shit real quick? Need some Fox body help or whatever. Just hit me up real quick. Anyways, what Pimp's talking about, I ended up finding some really, really cool parts in Columbus. A guy who actually races as well, but he races over at National Trails. He has a bracket car, and he part of this company. Anyways, we found multiple voodoo blocks. Not really sure. I know they're 2018 and up, but we're not really sure. We ended up getting a couple. I mean, they need work. 100% need work. One of them's completely destroyed, but what better? I mean, why I need a Gen 1 when I can get Voodoo? I don't know. Where'd you get to? I'm not telling you. 100% legit. They're basically, they're kind of destroyed. One of them was like not salvageable, but it's still got a bunch of parts on it. So if you could fix one with the other or have parts for the other, it'd be kind of a cool little program. I had sent you an address and mess. Oh shit, that's right. Resend that for me, Gabe. I knew you was still in here, bro. Are you coming up or what? Are you coming up to this May 4th shit or what? You got to bring your UPS ass up here and have some fun with us, man. It's good. It'd be good to see you. It'd be good to see you. At least to kick the year off. I mean, for one, if you're gonna come to one no prep, come to that one, man. That'd be a good one. You know, I'm just messing with you. Anyone here run an SN95 AOD drive shaft on a T5? Nope. Does anyone make a grooved water pump pulley? I only have one crank water pulley on there, so I won't have much belt spinning. We have 220s on teal, but we're moving. That's where we're at. We're moving to a 240, I think. Do you think a trans in the white car wasn't face plated? It would still run the same numbers? No. However, I do use the clutch in every gear, so it wouldn't be far off. Maybe a 10th. You know what I mean? A good T56 TKX. I mean, TKX is actually a better. TKX was one of the better shifting transmissions I've ever shifted. I shifted the shit out of that thing. With or without clutch, it doesn't matter. It's going to go in. But, you know, once again, I don't want to tell you to do that. You go out there and break it and be mad at me. Does an AOD need that large weight on the drive shaft, or can you use it for a stick shift? So I've heard reports over the years, you know, of people like just the AOD works just fine in a T5, but be honest with you, like it's not the same drive shaft. It's got different U joints at the top. They're bigger. They're different. I think the T5 one is like a 354, and I want to say the AOD one's like, I don't know, like a 352 or some shit, like a move number or whatever, but it's a different U joint. It's a stagger one. I've heard no problems with some people saying, hey, I stick shift swapped my car and put the AOD drive shaft in. It was fine. I don't suggest it. Nice thing about the T5 drive shaft, it's weighted the same as a C4 one. So if you find an aluminum one, it's actually, you can go to the junkyard, and if you find is it Aerostar? Yeah. If you find an Aerostar, like an all-wheel drive Aerostar, they have an aluminum drive shafts on them that fit in Fox bodies. Just pulled my engine yesterday. Had number 6 cylinder leaking pretty bad after running at London. You had that thing on kill, didn't you? I heard that track was tight too. Came around real well. That's really nice. So, are any of the racers running the TFR heads? I don't think so. I think most of them are trick flow high port or AFR 220, 225s that I know of. I mean, Corey runs Yates heads, but I ain't gonna tell nobody else. No, it's a badass motor. Corey Binks Thunderbird motor is probably one of the most well built, thought out motors I've ever seen built. Small block Ford. Him and Dave Dalk. Dave Dalk actually built my engine here in a white car, and he actually built the 408 that I ruined the camshaft pin on. So, I mean, if anything proves that the dude could build some shit, it's my motors and Corey's motor. So, if there's somebody you looking to get that you trust to build an engine, like I don't know if he's taking any customer shit. We all keep him pretty busy around here, but he's definitely a racing engine guru when it comes to small block Ford. Just now getting into the modular stuff. I mean, he knows the modular stuff and rebuilds it, but like the Coyote stuff. So when I grow up, I want to be like you. One day I'll be fast. No, man, I'm slow. I run like shit. I don't even want to show you my passes from this past weekend trying to relearn two-step. It's comical, but you know what? That's part of the journey. You can't win unless you lose. Like you can't get better. Like if you're always winning, you're never learning. And this past weekend, I learned that I need to up my program and get better at Holly. I can't be relying on my buddy like Tyler and my buddy Dave to be there for me. I need to learn this Holly shit myself. And I got a really good grasp on it, but the advanced tables is kind of new to me. So we're figuring that out as we go. That way, when we, take a step into the Dominator later on in the year, we'll kind of know what the hell we're looking at. You know what I mean? So it's all the stuff I'm bringing here to the channel. So we got some good videos coming up this week. I mean, I got the Elite 8 video we're going to do, but I'm going to throw some videos out like we are going to peel back on Dad's car, because I'm going to show you, we're going to do a mass air swap on that. Remember the stock bottom end GT40 really super budget turbo shit that we did? I do want to go back and double back on some of that budget stuff that you guys do with the GT40 stuff. Still, that's why Dad's car is staying the way it is, and we got to get ready this weekend with the race we got coming up with Tremec. So yeah, we got a lot of shit going on, man. I'm trying my best. It's a damn struggle. I'm telling you, it's a damn struggle. But had my GT40 3-bar heads at the machine shop, and the guy tried to get my seized exhaust bolt out and drilled into my coolant jacket. Oh, hopefully he can fix it like he says. Well, I mean, that sucks. It's a passenger side header GT40 head for sure. That's where the damn condenser or evaporator. What's the shit in the under the engine bay, under the damn hood that sweats all the time? What is this? There's so many different components to AC. I don't know. We don't have AC in here at Ohio. We just roll our damn windows down. That's why it snows and shit. Anyway. So coming up, like I said, we have the Elite 8 video I'm going to make. It's going to take me a little bit to make that. We'll probably try to bring that out Tuesday or Wednesday. I do like if I'm doing the 2 videos a month or a week, the Wednesday, Saturday thing's pretty cool. And then doing a live stream on Sunday, but we'll figure it out. Sometimes I'll go Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday, and then Sunday. We'll figure it out one way or another. But I got some videos coming up. Like I said, we got a lot of work to do in the shop. We have to catch up on. We had a pretty tough week last week. We had some shit that happened that almost put me out of commission. It was pretty. I got pretty lucky in the weight room. We had a little accident, and but we're good. We're good. We move forward. It didn't stop me. We kept moving. So this weekend, my son lifts weights, so it's gonna be a long weekend for me because I'm gonna be spending the time. I got to make sure my car and everything and all the race shit's ready Friday because I have to go out of town for a meet, and then I'm literally driving from the meet straight to the track, and it's kind of crazy for us. So bought a GT40 engine last week. Hell yeah, it's a hell of a deal, dude. 290 pulled. You're crazy. That's a good deal. I did get a Coyote for $295 though. I'm just kidding with you. So anyways, guys, I'm always talking about getting your shit out the jack stands. We got a lot of maintenance to do on the white car this week. We're going to switch back to the small turbo, tune the tune up real quick with the exhaust, get it, do some oil change, nut bolt check. And we're going to full send that shit this weekend with the CO2 on. So I'm looking forward to racing with some of my stick shift friends, getting down the track, and hopefully we can make some good 5-second passes. I hope, if we go A to B, we'll see. Car's wild, man. And then we're going to double back and put the big turbo back on and try to figure it out. But always talking shit about getting our stuff off the jack stands. That's what we'll do here on the channel. As far as the black car is concerned, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to change we're going to be messing with the axle housing again. You know what I mean? I think that's what we have to do because it's just not right. We ended up putting the bent one back in because we were trying to do a comparison with the dyno, and it had to be apples to apples. You know what I mean? I didn't want to put a different axle in there and kind of mess the whole experiment up. So we're going to have to we want to go up to like a 373 or a 410 with the 387. Plus I think we're just going to do a whole nother housing and just get it jigged up and welded or whatever. But I appreciate you guys for following us this week. Make sure you check out that join button, become a channel member. I appreciate you guys that are in green. The guys actually are in green, and the emojis are part of my channel members. So I appreciate those guys every week for joining our live stream so much. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow in chat. As far as, this weekend, you got to stay motivated, guys. We are struggling right now. Absolutely freaking struggling here on the channel with our race program, with the, just keeping up. But, sometimes you just gotta put your head down and just move forward. And, I try to be inspiring as much as I can and try to inspire myself. But you guys here in the channel help me stay inspired, stay motivated, stay the course. It helps me, stay motivated and disciplined to continue what we're doing, to help, maybe to help you in some way, shape, or form on the channel, or to kind of, I just appreciate you guys watching me talk shit every Sunday, for an hour and a half, and watching my videos or whatever. But we did have a video we put out Saturday with the turbo. I want you guys to check it out. This turbo is nasty, and it's, when we get this thing to light off, it's gonna be pretty badass. And we're gonna do some street tuning with it so we can get, figure it out. But first things first, we got a big race coming up this weekend. We got to start preparing for, and I got to get a couple of videos out for you guys. And I appreciate you guys what you do. But congratulations to Vance Cooper for winning the Tremec. And I got to get Gabe's out, and Jim Hilt. Like I said, if you're in the chat or actually come back and watch this, make sure send me an email so I can get yours out. But have a great weekend and good luck. Yep, man. I appreciate you guys. Once again, stay motivated. Write the shit down. Get it figured out. Get your shit out the jack stands. I don't care what's going on. Figure it out. Nothing is worse than staring at a project and then putting a cover over it and never looking at it again. Just try to stay motivated, one bowl at a time. Appreciate you guys watching on a Sunday. Talking some shit with some Fox Body friends. We'll see you soon in the videos this week. Thank you.